All right, okay. It's what's up and about, and we have quite an interesting discussion this morning. Now, just yesterday, I think the registrar of JAMB, that is talking about Professor Ishaq Oloyede, who made a statement to the press. And let me just read some excerpts from this particular statement that he made. Now, he said, across the country, most of the problems we have is impersonation. For instance, now we say we have NIN, we now have cases of people with 2 NINs.
Yes.
And therefore, that has defeated the purpose of identity verification. We're going to take that up with NIMC, that there are people who have 2 NINs. We have a case of a father impersonating his son, writing an examination for the son, and I wonder, are you not destroying your son's future? Of course, 2 of them are now in custody. I can't understand what the father will now tell his son when they are both locked up in the same cell. This happened definitely not in Kaduna, but I don't want to disclose the state. So, it is largely cases of impersonation, but we are ahead of them. We are just picking them up like chicken now, because the facilities are there for us to see what they are doing and to pick them up. So according to Professor Ishaq Oloyede, they have 2 chickens in custody. Father chicken and son chicken.
Is it the chicken that Zainab said I can hide under my dress?
Ah, this is your dress. You can even hide Jeep inside. The way it's going, you can remove Range Rover from it. You remind me of Harlem Globetrotters. I don't know if you remember that cartoon. But yeah,
that's funny.
But this is a lot of things went through my mind when I thought about that. What would you tell your son in that case? Like just as I quoted the professor, the registrar, who said that when they are locked up in the same cell. I mean, what kind of discussions will you have with him?
So I think for me, right, this brings to memory a video I watched of Michelle Obama, where she was actually speaking about how she's not friends with her kids. And how she spoke about the fact that, see, I'm here to be parents to you. You have a whole generation of people, and beyond people beyond your generation to be your friends. But for her to literally get in her zen and do what she needs to do as a parent, she's going to focus on parenting as opposed to literally being friends. So I think situations like this are literally what... So the man was probably trying to help his son out. Do you understand? Make him understand, I see, I went through this also. These are the things that happen and everything. But anyways, before I even go into that topic, I'll actually mention about the whole NIN situation. So literally, I've had a one-on-one with that, right? I remember, I think last Wednesday, I was talking about the whole police situation and talking about how they need to be, how the officials are not... They don't, most of them don't know their roles and functions. Do you understand? And I think that's why things like that are happening. Why? Because most of these officials are there and their focus is to make money off the system.
When you say officials, where are these officials? At the NIMC office or the roadside ones?
Generally, right? When you talk about uniformed or parastatals here, and we have officials working under government parastatals, especially in Nigeria. What am I saying especially, right? We have these people focused on trying to make money as opposed to doing the right thing. So I had situations with in fact, I had different stories of different people talking about how, they're trying to do their NIN. Maybe they've done the NIN. When I actually did my NIN, they refused to give me my card. They said, you don't need it, just take the number. The number is enough. Do you understand? And then along the line, I realized that I actually needed the card. I'm going back, and the guy is like, we can't start retrieving something. We have to start all over again. How am I starting all over again if you literally, it's a system now. It's not a computer. Can't you, are you not to be able to pull it out? So like several issues like that. So they are focused on, okay, fine, bring it. That one is stressful, and the process to start doing all of that is different. Just pay another money and we'll run it. Same thing with driver's license. I'm trying to do my driver's license. I have a driver's license. It has expired. I'm just trying to change my name and do another one. One official is telling me, you have to pay for capturing, you have to pay for this. The other one is telling me, don't worry, just bring the money, we'll run it. The same people, they work in the same Lagos.
Our producer Olamide for like 10 years now, he has been trying to renew his license.
Do you understand? So it's just, in the end of the day, I'll say it's still they're not aware. They don't know. They're not... I don't know.
I would like to believe that first, let's address the NIN issue because
no, let's not, please.
No. I know. There's something that I need to say quickly because this happened to me. I had an NIN, an old NIN, which I registered at a local stall. You know, there are stalls by bus stops, roadside stalls where you could just walk in and register your NIN. But I've also come to realize, also having conversations with, I know that I currently have been in touch several times with the Lagos State Coordinator for NIMC. And it is always advisable to go to the NIMC office to get your authentic NIN registration number, not from those stalls. Because even after getting your NIN number from those stalls, you get to the NIMC office, they would say that no, they don't, you're not registered.
I promise you.
You need to register with them. That is whatever NIN whatever registration you have at the NIMC office is what gives you that authentication that this is your NIN number.
My registration, where it was at the office, they told me you don't need the card. They gave me the number. I'm not saying the number works.
So, yeah,
but why I paid for the card?
No,
why are you not giving the card?
Now they give you a slip. There's a barcode on that slip. Whether it is an e-slip or not, there's a barcode on it with the registration number. Now let's come back to the JAMB issue right quickly. This, of course, borders on this 21st century style of parenting. It's questionable in a lot of ways. But then again, I guess in this case, this was the parent or the father's style of, or this was his own way of making a sacrificing for his child. Because we see parents, they said, I made a lot of sacrifices for you. I did this for you. Let's not also forget that a lot of parents indulge their children by paying for special centers for them. Especially with JAMB, WAEC, all of these exams, there are also special centers for them that parents actually really pay for their kids to be part of. Also, we do not know how many times this child must have written JAMB, that JAMB has jammed the life out of him, and then the father says, okay, does it make it right? No, it doesn't. And I'm glad that the JAMB, JAMB as an organization has come forward or have put the right rudiments or the right things in place to ensure that, all of these impersonations and, corruptions and stuff is curbed.
To parents and guardians out there, where I'm coming from now is a case of what kind of person are you raising? You'll be raising an incompetent child, somebody who is inept at whatever they will do, somebody who will be psychologically imbalanced. I mean, look at the case where you are telling the child that you are not enough. You're telling the child that, look, you cannot traverse life on your own. There are a lot of things, and I love the picture that the JAMB Registrar painted, sitting in a cell with somebody that you birthed. Like, well, I mean, what kind of discussion would you have? We now have a stain on our record. If it's somewhere you are going to be convicted, you're taken to court, you're probably going to be convicted, they have all the evidence. And then what will you be telling him? I'm looking at the psychology, and this would apply to every other thing when you do things that your children are supposed to learn to do themselves. It starts from maybe little things, you understand? And oh no, they can't, and then you will now want to make them children, and you don't know at the point where, there's a point where you have to, there's a way the jungle does it. You know how eagles teach their young to fly? Pick the young from the nest.
Throw them.
So that's the thing. So now,
it can be,
So thinking of a father that actually decides to sit for an exam for his son, we're seeing what's happening. Now think of what's happening in the father's mind. So I like to think of things like that. Like, okay, fine. Where is this man mentally? Why is he thinking this as a solution? So I was actually going to put a story forward that also I was actually very close. It happened in my set in law school. We do things at different levels, but then again, I don't understand why you decide to write an exam for somebody in law school.
Wow.
It was a really sad situation because I actually happened to go to school with this person, UNIBEN. From there, we went to law school together as well. And then he wrote his exam, he passed. He was a very brilliant student. And then in the year after, he decides to write an exam for someone.
And what happened to him?
Of course, they caught him.
And where is he now?
Destroyed his career. He had to relocate. He had to leave the country.
You can't get it.
So come on.
You can't get the certificate. So it's really sad.
Let's know what you think here. Let's know what you think. Was it helping his son? Would you help your son or your daughter in that kind of way? Let's know in the comments. We'll be with you in a bit after this time out.